Hello and welcome to Farmspace. We are in the Western Cape, in between the mountains. I'm here with Husqvarna and the guys from Helihack. So basically what we're doing is what they're doing. I'm just filming the whole thing. They're taking out the pine trees here, which uses a lot of water, and actually make sure that the fynbos actually thrives and goes along. But let me speak to the experts. They're going to tell me exactly what's going on here and how you can get involved. So, Divan, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
No, good. So, quickly explain to me the whole Helihack initiative.
The Helihack initiative is basically run by a bunch of volunteers, very enthusiastic and passionate people. A lot of them are mountaineers that obviously would like to come and climb in an environment where it is clean and pure and indigenous trees, and obviously these invasive plants, the pine trees, is becoming a major hassle, not only for scenic purposes but also for the vital resource of water flow that comes off the mountain.
So that's the main issue with the pine trees, is that they actually use a lot of the water. But I mean, so what? We're in the middle of nowhere.
Well, unfortunately, as you can see, there's a lot of patches growing around, and if it's left, it's a matter of time. This is going to be one big pine plantation. If it's not been taken care of, it's definitely going to overrun these mountains, and you can just imagine the effects of not just the water sources but also the scenic value that you lose in this area.
So at the end of the day, it is because it's actually in the catchment areas of the dams that go to Cape Town and so forth.
As you can see, once a small cluster is established, it just flourishes.
And just on that point, why is Husqvarna involved in this?
Well, these volunteers obviously approached our dealerships and said, look, we need equipment to work in a difficult terrain and in very vast areas. And these volunteers are not necessarily trained in any way. And through our dealerships, they made contact with us as the head office, and we saw training as a very a part of this business, and obviously safety. A lot of these guys have just got a chainsaw and off they go.
Talking of which, here the helicopter is actually coming. So, and quickly explain before it makes too much noise, why is the helicopter necessary here?
Because of the terrain. There's no ways people are going to get to where these pines grow, and the only access into these places is by helicopter, and obviously very skilled pilots as well.
Right, so okay, the chopper has landed. Everyone is on their places, and now we're on our way, basically there. So it's me and Divan. All the others is where they need to be already. So we're going to be doing a hike to there, and we'll talk to you on the top. So Divan, we are now here in the, let's say, call it in the heat of things. Pines falling left, right and center, or falling. Yeah. Just quickly explain to me so that we can get a better idea of exactly why the water usage of these things are such a problem.
Okay. So if you look that we're working on quite steep slopes, and like you can see, there's a big gorge down there. So basically what happens is you have the water runoff obviously from the top, and all that water runoff is being taken up by these pines.
So that's basically water that goes into the soil,
Yes.
and then it's actually being used up here. And so it doesn't, like what they call siphon through there on the underside.
Yes.
My English is up now.
Yeah, everything is up now.
So in terms of you can't see it now, but there was really a lot of trees here.
Yeah.
And if you would look at this initiative, there's still a hell of a lot of work here to be done.
Yeah. A lot of work in the way of cutting, a lot of work in the way of training. looking at the safety aspects, making the operation smoother and more cost effective. And that's why we're here.
I totally agree. So, and then there's another thing. Some of the people has been cutting now with that electric saw, that the battery operated one. I'm actually more impressed than I thought I would be with that. What has been your feeling in terms of how that thing works here?
Well, the comment says it themselves. Whoever used the battery saw was blown away. And surprisingly, well, not surprisingly, we're very happy to say that our battery usage is so much better than we actually expected. I actually brought 2 batteries too many today. I brought 3 and we've only used 1, and we're more than 3/4 of the way in.
I see, awesome. And what will happen now here out of a biodiversity point of view? What will happen now here from these trees are now gone, or so what's the next step for this area?
Okay, basically the trees are only being felled. So the trees are being felled, decomposition hopefully will happen. And obviously more runoff will happen. Like you can see, a lot of fynbos in amongst these trees. All this will disappear if the pines are not taken away. So obviously by taking out the invasive species, your indigenous species will flourish again. And obviously the habitat will get back to what it's supposed to be.
How are you doing? No, good. So you've been cutting now with that little electric saw there, the battery operated one. Just tell me quickly, what was your experience?
Compared to the petrol version, it's like slices through the tree like a knife through butter.
So you can feel the torque in that thing.
It's incredible. There's just no comparison.
And
the lightness of the thing as well, you know. So
because I mean, look at the slope that we're on here. It's carrying those other saws here. It's ridiculous, and now this thing doesn't want to go where I want it to. So and it's quiet.
the effort, less effort, no noise compared to, and it just slices through it.
Skip, how's it?
Half the energy.
Are you trading in the petrol saw now for one of those?
Lekker man, lekker.
Lekker, man.
Heading out to the ocean now.
So how was that?
So fast, yo!
Right, so more or less done for now. All of those trees that were there, they're now gone. We were there when we were walking. So Divan, just quickly tell me, you've been on a few veld conservation things and so forth, but how important do you think this is for the longevity of the ecosystem here, and then for the water for Cape Town's water reserves? That's what I'm looking for.
Okay, well, now that we've been in field and seen how the people are working and the situation that is out there, you can just imagine at this moment there's still patches the guys are controlling, but I think once this gets out of hand, the method that has to be used with a helicopter to get the people into the places is very important to get our hands on it now. Because once this gets out of control and becomes a forest, it's going to be a tough battle to beat.
You won't be able to get over that hump again.
No, I think once the pine problem is properly established, one helicopter is not going to be enough.
So, and obviously this is very important. You as Husqvarna is you are very involved. So, people that's benefiting most from this is actually people from Cape Town and so forth, in terms of having water available. What would you say to those people in terms of getting involved in an initiative like Helihack?
Yeah, this is vitally important, and this is not just saving a habitat. This is saving a water source that everybody uses. And I urge everyone to get involved in this, because it's not just for this group of passionate people here, it's for everyone that uses the water and comes out and enjoys the nature.
Right, so that is Divan from Husqvarna. Really, I urge you all, especially if you're in Cape Town, this is going to benefit you directly. There we'll put up a website link here on top. Facebook, if you're on YouTube, click it here below. Go there, go and find out what Helihack is all about. There's a bunch of other videos and so forth. And then also support them. $100 is not going to do anything, but it's going to help stop you from bathing out of a bucket. I think that's worth it. It's here from Farmspace with Husqvarna. Till next time, cheers.